Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever and right now I'm trying to beat the sun going down. So we're just gonna get right into it because I know you guys have been waiting forever. I am the worst at this. And I said that in the last video that this is just for fun. It's not like something I'm doing like all the time, but I do want to give you guys an update, actually two updates probably, and I don't know if they're both going to make it to this video, but for sure the first one, where we left off last time, I think PJ was only 2 months, maybe 3 months. The boy is about to be 7 months, so I am definitely way behind, but I'm going to kind of get you up to speed. So I think the last time we spoke, we were talking about PJ getting his 2 month shots. He took it like a champ. I was a wreck. He didn't have anything much health wise or appointments wise going on at the 3 month mark, but we did have major developments in his case at 3 months, and they did TPR, which is terminate parents' rights if you are not a part of the whole thing. So they did terminate parents' rights at 3 months, which is crazy, guys. Like, that's absolutely nuts. I think that, like, originally, just with how his case was going, it was more of a reunification plan for sure, but it quickly kind of turned into what was more of like a baby Moses situation. So things just moved a little bit more quickly. So they did TPR at 3 months, which meant that we were then put into this 90-day wait period before his plan would change to like permanency adoption, like that's it. So at 3 months, we've been, kind of just waiting around, holding our breath ever since. So that happened at 3 months. 4 months, little man got more shots. Now, these shots that he got, you guys, were off the chain. Like the 2 month shots, like I don't think we even gave him Tylenol. We may have gave him a little Tylenol just cause, but like the 4 month shots, he had a fever. He was like, just like blah, like it was crazy. He still took the shots like a champ, but the next day my husband called me from home and he's like, he has 103 fever, what do I do? And I was like, well, shit, let me get home and like see what's going on. So I came home and he had the cold compress on his head. We gave him some Tylenol and like he was better the second day, 2 days after he got the shots. But that following first day, those 4 month shots, they were no freaking joke, guys. So just keep that in mind. 4 month shots are freaking crazy. The repeat of those is at 6 months. However, when he got his 6 month shots, he didn't have the same kind of side effects. I mean, I did give him Tylenol preemptively this time because I knew it was the same shots, just like boosters of those, but he did not do the same, he didn't have the same reaction. So that was really, really good. I don't think much happened between, honestly, that 3 to 6 months, because we've just been sitting in this like 3 to 6, almost 7 months, we've been sitting in this 90-day wait period. I feel like it has gone by so slowly. It's like you have to just hurry up and then just like hold your breath forever. Nothing in foster care is like set in stone, and everything is a maybe. So you just have to kind of say, like, just go with it. Like, what is it? Let go and let God. Is that what they say? Because you just never know, like, what's gonna happen. Our caseworker originally was like, I know when she first came, when we first got Peach, she was like, don't get your hopes up. I have to find family. And then it was, even when they TPR'd, she was like, don't get your hopes up. A lot of times when we terminate rights, people come out the woodwork and are like, hold up, like, I'll take him, because it's open for, so the first 30 days after they terminate parents' rights, it's like open to the parents coming. And then I guess the next 60 days, it's open to family and like kinship placements. So she's just like, don't get your hopes up, during TPR, like, you just never know. People hear we're gonna terminate rights and they just come out the woodwork. So we were just still just kind of holding our breath, just like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Some other appointments that he's had, I know I like to update you guys on just his appointments, how he's doing, and kind of the stuff that the state requires. They do require regular checkups, so the 2, the 4, the 6, and then now the 9 will be his next shots. They also require a dentist appointment at 6 months. What else do they require? I think that's it. Just as long as you're up to on his shots. I know that Peach does have kind of a lopsided head. Our bad. I think I may have mentioned that in the last video, but like at 2 months, his head was so like jacked up. We were like, oh crap, what did we do to this boy? And so when we took him to his 4-month appointment, we asked the doctor, like, what do you think? Should we, get him a helmet? Like, do we need to get him reviewed? She agreed that we should get him checked, but that she didn't think it was that bad. So we did get to take him to the craniofacial doctor at Cook's. And they did his head measurements. His results, I guess, were mild. Yeah, it goes normal, mild, moderate, severe, if I'm not mistaken. And he was mild. So they're like, you know what? It's purely aesthetic. Like, I thought that it like affected their brain development or something if their head was lopsided, but it's not. It's really just like, if you want it to look symmetrical, then you can get a helmet. So they were just like, well, it's not that bad. So if you want to come back in a month, see how it's moving, if it's changing a little bit, you can. We did have to kind of cancel that appointment at the month mark. But we're thinking about rescheduling it because his head hasn't fully kind of like shifted, but it is getting there. He spends a lot more time on his left side, which is the side that they recommend that he sleeps on. So he's doing great there. It's just not moving as quickly as I thought it would, since they've said 1 month and not like a 2-month return type of thing. I feel like it should have moved more if they were expecting things to change, but we did cancel that appointment. So we'll see. We'll probably reschedule that. And just see what they say, because I know those helmets are not covered by the state. So if you have like a foster kiddo that needs something like that, it's not covered. That will come out of your pocket. And 2, since it's not affecting him negatively like at all, it's just purely like how it looks and how I feel about it, or how we feel about it. That's kind of why we kind of just push it off for a little bit. I want to say they said he can do the helmet until he's like 2. So we can still kind of take him back. He'll be in it longer, the longer we wait, if that makes sense. So we'll see if we're gonna set him up for another cranial facial appointment. As far as appointments go, I think that's it for him, you guys. He is slowly like catching up. I know I said that he was a lot, on the smaller side. Right now, he is about 14 pounds. And 25.5 inches. Like, he's a big boy. He's got to be 15 pounds by now. Like, I should weigh him. I should weigh him because he hasn't had a doctor's appointment in a couple weeks, but he is getting there. He's just started eating solid foods, which can be hit or miss with him, and he's just so sensitive too. I know I had mentioned when we got him, his skin was so dry and scaly and all this stuff. So he already has like eczema issues, and then now with food, he has allergies with food. I noticed that when we gave him the like fruit purees, he would get little bumps all under his neck and his chin. So we've been trying to only do the vegetable like Gerber purees, and we do the organic ones, and also like cereal, because the fruit was, oh my god, apple was a hot mess. Like, even though he tore it up, like, he had the craziest rash with apples. So that was a little harsh. You live and you learn. We won't do apple for a while, even though I have a million jars of apple, because it was just too much for him. The next thing, what else? So I feel like that brings us all the way up to present. Like, honestly, we've just had visits after visits after visits. Like, I'm so tired of people in my house. Like, I cannot wait until this is over. So each month, like I said, we have a visit from our FAD worker, who is our Derek and I's worker, to make sure we're up to date on all our licensing. And then PJ has his caseworker and his CASA worker that also have to do monthly visits. So they all come out. I try to separate them. I don't like having like all 3 of them together, but I don't mind having one and then the other 2 together. So we've been doing that, and that's been working out well. But yeah, I think that's everything. I wanted him to be in this video, but we just started sleep training, and maybe I'm not going to talk about that in another video, actually, because it's a lot. And I know that, the girl that worked on the book and all this stuff, she worked hard on it. So I'm not going to share it on here, but we are sleep training Peach, and he goes down now at like between 7 and like 8. And so he's already asleep right now, so I can't throw him in this video, but I might be able to throw him in the next one. I might actually sit here and film the next one because you guys, you know I'm not gonna film another video. And since I'm sitting here, I can go and just keep babbling on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you for joining. This brings you from like 2 months to freaking 6 months. Yes, that's kind of all that's been going on, 2 months to 6 months. If I think of something else, I will put it in the next video, but I'm gonna kind of like try and separate them so it's not too long. So yeah, thank you for joining, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.